So Colombia just got hit with a 7.4 magnitude earthquake. I hope everyone watching this is okay. Funnily enough, I only realized there was an earthquake happening because I was running along the street. I wasn't in my apartment. I just left my apartment here in La Frontera. I'm running towards Avenida Poblado and I ran past the Euro supermarket and I noticed there was just everyone outside. There was no one in the supermarket. Everyone was just congregating outside. Basically all the traffic had stopped and I was thinking, what's going on here? I thought it may have been a bomb scare, maybe some sort of terrorist incident, that kind of thing. And so I called somebody and they told me it was an earthquake and did I feel it and I'm okay and everything. Honestly, super lucky. I did not hear anything. I think if I had been in my apartment here, I would have definitely have felt it. But because I was running down a hill and I was in my own little world, I just had my headphones on. I was looking at my Strava, looking at my watch, checking my pace. I didn't feel anything. But I hope all of you guys watching this are okay. I think it was strong in Medellín. I've also been told from my friends in Bogota that it was strong over there. But I have seen videos of Manizales, Pereira, in the coffee region El Cafetero, and buildings are level, there's rubble everywhere. And so I really hope if any of you are watching this are from those areas, I really hope you are relatively unaffected and you're okay. But it just goes to show you, here living in Latin America, this is something that I'm just not accustomed to living in the UK or living in Europe. And to be honest with you, I hadn't really spent too much time thinking about what would happen in the aftermath of an earthquake. What do you need to do? What do you need to have on you? So a few basic things that I've basically just learned this morning from people who have told me. Don't use the elevator if you're in a high-rise apartment. Use the stairs. Try and get outside if possible, because if you are stuck indoors, it's maybe not the best idea. But I think if you hear the earthquake happening, it is not then a good idea to start rushing out. But I'm not sure. I've heard some conflicting advice on that. So if any of you experts are out there, let me know in the comments below. I have heard though, if you are in your apartment and there's no way of leaving, you should go underneath a table so you can kind of like shelter from any debris. You should not stand in doorways because they can collapse. You should not stand near windows because like debris can fly in from the window. But yeah, it's a little bit scary hearing that these earthquakes are really strong. And I was running through Ciudad del Rio along the Avenida Las Vegas, and basically all the buildings, all the universities, all the car dealership showrooms, whatever, had completely emptied out. People on the phone, checking in on loved ones, checking everyone's okay, etc. But when I came back to my apartment, I did realize that a few things had moved. So definitely if I had been in my apartment, I would have definitely noticed it. So I left my bike like this, but when I came back, it was like that. And so obviously things in my apartment have been moving around, but I feel really bad because my little doggy Bee was all on her own during the earthquake, but I hope she's okay. She was fine when I got back. She wasn't really that stressed or anything, but it was just unlucky timing. I literally left here at, what was it, maybe 7:45, said goodbye to my portera, was running down the street, and I think that's when the earthquake happened. I had no idea it even happened. And then I saw everyone conjugating outside, etc. Had a few work calls to do this morning as well afterwards, and so I did them outside because there was some misinformation going online, I think, about like an aftershock of the earthquake. They were saying, you know, between 9:10 and 9:15 there's going to be an aftershock, etc. But I've now learned that is misinformation and you can't really predict aftershocks. So I think there was a little bit of scaremongering going on, but everyone's WhatsApp is kind of blowing up, people trying to call each other. I did notice that the cell service actually went down when I was running along in Ciudad del Rio. Like my music turned off, so I couldn't get any 4G or 5G. So yeah, it's been a little bit of a chaotic morning here in Colombia. Thankfully I'm okay, everyone I know is okay. There's been no damage to the building or anything, and from what I've seen, there hasn't been any like rubble or buildings collapse or anything in Medellín, unlike those videos I told you about in Manizales and Pereira, something that I'm not used to. And also another thing, one of my neighbors told me to buy a little whistle in case you are stuck in your building and you know you can't shout for help. You can just blow the whistle to alert people that you're there. So I will be buying myself a whistle in the future, just in case that if there is an earthquake and I'm trapped underneath rubble and I need to let people know that I'm like alive and under the rubble, etc. I'm going to buy myself a little whistle and keep it probably on my keychain or somewhere in the apartment or close on me, so I can always have that. But yeah, scary thing to happen because, you know, we all saw what happened to Venezuela in the earthquakes earlier this year, and obviously no one wishes that on any country on planet Earth, especially the one you live in or the people you love are living in. And so I hope everyone watching this is okay. Let me know your experience below in the comments, what happened with the earthquake. As I said, I was just out on the road running. I was in my own little world. I had no idea this was going on, but my experience would have been very very different if I was in my apartment, if I was just sat there. And honestly, I probably would have just got my phone and just like legged it down the stairs in a state of panic. You guys tell me, what did you do? Were you in your apartment? Were you in Medellín? Were you in another part of Colombia? I know I have some subscribers in other parts, Bucaramanga, Bogota, the coast, etc. So guys, let me know your experience of the earthquake, and I hope everyone watching this is okay, and I'll see you guys soon.